All new worlds are built with slave labor, including this new world order. They're going to be using the emotions and the sorrow of the black slave, and they're going to be using the anger and the fear of the white slave, and many others. Hey yo, peace, peace. This is your man El Judge coming right back at you, man, with some of that real talk, hopefully real fast, man. I know it's been a minute, y'all, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I've been sitting back watching everything and, just chilling, man. And and on that first note where I started at, to the people out there who's doing this protesting, be very, very careful because they're using you to help them build this new world order. Because George Soros said he wanted to scorch the planet, meaning that he wanted people to go out and riot and to destroy everything and to create a civil war within the nation. So, in order for them to build something new, they must first tear down the old. Now, you got people like George Soros. He's going to he's going to put a lot of weapons out there, and he has the money to have these doggone paid doggone rioters and professional arsonists and other things. This war that's going on right now, because that's what it is. Remember, the president, I can't remember what his name is, he said that we're going through a silent war right now when we were dealing with this corona stuff. But he mentioned war. And that's exactly what we're in right now. We're in a war. And it's not looking good. But this war is very unique because it's not only a physical war, it's a mental and spiritual war as well. Now, when I say a mental war, what I'm saying is that they want to control your thoughts because your thoughts manipulate this so called reality that we're in. Put it this way: mind moves matter. So, whenever you think about something, or if they can program you to think a certain way about the world, and then they can have more people agree with it, then it starts to form in place. That's like this so-called sidewalk that I'm walking on. It only exists because this is what you would call a collective decision by all of us. All of us put it in our minds that, okay, this is a sidewalk, this is land that we're walking on. That's grass, you know what I'm saying? That's the tree over there. We all collectively made the decision to accept that. So it is what it is, or it became what it is. We're projecting all this here, but the mind thing is the mental war is them when they want to take control over your thoughts, so they can help you be the doggone projector of this reality, whether it be good or bad. Now the spiritual war, what's going on in the physical plane is also happening on the invisible spiritual plane. There's a war going on and it's being fought. And whenever you see the people rage and buck up, you know what I'm saying, like they doing out here on the streets, that means they're doing the same thing on the invisible plane too. But see, on the invisible plane, you got a lot of master teachers, a lot of doggone artists, a lot of musicians, a lot of great fighters who died these last, man, 13, 14 years. And they've been going over there to the underworld, and they over there battling. And some of them got taken out, you know what I'm saying, by other forces, and they not happy about it. So they over there kicking ass right now. The same battle that's happening right here on the physical plane is happening over there in the spiritual plane as well. And man, it's just, I mean, it just is what it is. I said physical, I said mental, and I said spiritual. Well, yeah, I covered all three of those. I'm saying the war on the spiritual plane. See, now, this is something very interesting, something that we need to get across because they're starting to show videos about this character who was murdered by this doggone other character who happened to be a police officer. It could be true, It could be all fake. But let me tell you, this is how the invisible ones work on the other side. The spirit, we understand that spirit wants to exist. You know, you might see a child, you might see the spirit of music, and it'll be born into a child. And then this child, when it comes out the womb and when it starts to doggone sit upright, it's starting to bang on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because then it grows up and then it becomes a drummer. And you be like, and the adults be like, oh wow, yeah, I knew he was gonna be that way because he was doing that ever since he was a child. Then you have the spirit of the artist, the little kid he's born and he's scribbling, and then he grows up. You know what I'm saying? And he becomes a great artist because he is the spirit of that. Then you have the spirit of goodness. You know, you have those one little children that are just real lovable and they've always been that way. And then you have your Christ-like beings. You know what I'm saying? They were born with the Christ-like energy from day one. Your Buddhas, your Christians, all them. These are people who in-house these energy. They embody these energies. Now, if there's an energy of good, you better believe there's an energy of evil. Now, the energy of evil, long monkey time ago, the energy of evil, it wanted to have its own body. It wanted to exist on the physical plane. It didn't want to just be able to jump in and out of certain beings. It wanted to manifest itself, and it wanted to be in the physical on this physical plane. So what it did was it took other people, possibly people that look like you know what I'm saying, and caught them at a weak point, and they got possessed by this evil. Now, don't think you don't get possessed, because whenever you go out and you start dancing, you're possessed. Whenever somebody gets you enraged and you start to fight, you're possessed. Whenever your punk ass get drunk and you get horny, yeah, you possessed. So now that we got that out the way, let's continue. Now, sometimes, like I said, the spirit of evil, it would jump into a person that is weak at the moment, and it use that person to manipulate them to do certain things that they want. So, of course, there were scientists who put together this thing that you call the evil man. I'm not going to call him the white man. I'm going to call him the evil man. Because just because he looks white, you know what I'm saying, he's definitely not of the family of man. He's nothing but pure evil in physical form. But anyway, somebody engineered this doggone thing, and voila, here it is, mixed in and dwelling amongst man. That's why I say, man, we got to stop calling it racism and start calling it what it is, man. It's evil. It's evil beings doing evil deeds on this physical plane. And of course, there are black people who are evil. There are black people who give up their doggone souls. Believe that. They give up control of themselves for money. They give up their right to make positive decisions and walk down that evil path for money. People do this. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. But this evil being who walks on this planet, it knows something's not right with it. It knows it doesn't quite fit in. That's why when it's around people who are kind of like human, who have that human glow about themselves, they get nervous. Not only do they get nervous, they get jealous. You know what I'm saying? And they want to destroy everything that's not like them, because they know that I'm not going to say they're not supposed to be here, because everything has a purpose, but they know that they're not of the family of man. That's a good way of putting it. And they know that it's one day people are going to come together and figure out what this thing is, and they're going to try to destroy it. Even the people that look like them, who are not them, the evil ones, they're at the point to where they're sick of it too, and they're getting ready to start pointing this little bastard out. So it's really nervous. And see, and this thing here has manipulated business, it has manipulated the world, it has manipulated the law, it has manipulated government, all to its advantage. Because this thing, it wants to still have sex with your children. It wants to be able to take you at any time and have sex with you. It wants to feed off of your essence. And in some cases, it wants to feed off of you. Ain't that about a bitch? And I'm talking about literally, no metaphors. This thing has become a problem on this planet. But right now it's coming up to the surface. Because right now the divine Christ energy, it has always been on this planet, but it has always not been recognized. Because so many have been focused on this character called Jesus, or this character called Yahweh, or this character called, not Yahweh, but Yahshua. You know what I'm saying? All these many names of this character that people was waiting to come back to so-called save us or to lift us up. But the people starting to realize that, wait a minute, there's no one person that's coming to get us. It's this divine Christ energy that's coming back. This divine Christ energy that makes you love the hell out of you and the essence of God that dwells within. And then in return, it makes you love others outside of you. And then it brings us all into oneness. And see, and the one who I call the evil ones, they are actually literally the Antichrist. They're like, no, we can't have the people coming together. We don't want to give this world back to the doggone people. We do not want those Christ-like beings back in charge again, because there's no place for us, because they can't change. A lot of these so-called evil beings, man, they suffer from this thing called not just schizophrenia, but they have they're psychopaths, and this come out of their mouths, not mine. I'm repeating what they said. They said the only way to cure a psychopath is death. There's no cure for this thing. We're in some strange times right now, y'all. And you know I ain't bullshit, because you see how the sun just came up? Thanks, Rob. Come on. But yeah, man, that divine Christ energy, man, it's rocking here. It's rocking here on the planet real hard. And that oneness, man, it's coming. And it's no getting around it. Even the people who call themselves Christians, but who are truly not, they're starting to come around. And they're starting to realize that, hey, yeah, it's about the energy. It ain't about a person. That divine Christ energy is waking them up. But anyway, this is your man, El Judge. 13 minutes. Peace and blessings. My black ass will be back. I'm out. 100.